Yes. Welcome to Friday Fuel. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Happy Friday. We've got a very special guest today, Mr. Alex Branning. How you doing, Alex?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited for the weekend.
Oh, me too. Every week. It's funny. When I first started looking into doing my own lead generation, you were the first person that popped up on YouTube about insurance marketing. And so I kind of followed you there, and then we got to meet for the first time at 8% this past year. But it's been cool to kind of to follow your story there. But I guess give everybody a little introduction for those that don't know who you are.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm Alex Branning, president of Agent CRM. I've actually been an entrepreneur since I was 17 years old. I started my journey just as a freelance programmer. When I was 17, I was just a nerd who loved to code. And after 12 years of doing that, I hit a wall in my business, hired a business coach, and he advised me to go into marketing. And so for about 2 years, I took a slow change from programming into marketing, hiring a team, building coaches, going to all the events, buying the books, really immersing myself in it. I just became obsessed with it. And one of the things my coach told me, Adam, which is how you found me, one of the things my coach told me is every single time you work with the client, make a video and a blog talking about what you did for them. And so that's what I started to do. Every single time I worked with a client, I would shoot a video, and then I would write a blog about it on my personal blog page. And then COVID happened. And so as I was marketing, I just started to work with a lot of insurance agencies. I'd get referred here and there. I had, a good amount of insurance agencies across the nation that I was doing custom marketing campaigns for. And then the pandemic hit, and a lot of those restrictions for insurance agents lifted. And so then insurance agents were looking for a guy like me to help them with their business. And my business quadrupled overnight, Adam. From February 2020 to March, we went from 40 a month to 160 a month, like that. And we haven't slowed down since. And I knew that it wasn't going to stay the same in terms of like agents looking for marketing campaigns. And so I took a lot of that profit and sunk over $100,000 in the first few months into building out Agent CRM, becoming the marketing platform that we needed at the Branning Group. We needed a marketing platform to handle all of these different insurance agents that were coming on board. At one point, I think in our busiest month, we created and launched over 1,200 marketing campaigns for insurance agents. I mean, we were at an insane scale doing things that, it was difficult. And there was a lot of duct taping at the time. And so there was 7 different tools that we had to use to get one marketing campaign up and running effectively back in 2020 until Agent CRM. And then when Agent CRM came out, we were able to do everything under one roof, building all 7 tools essentially into one. So we were one of the very first white label agencies off of the Go High Level platform, built specifically for insurance. We've been here for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in June. Over 10,000 users. We just continue growing and scaling, serving the insurance agents the best way we know how, continuing to build out, following all the compliance rules and guidelines, building in marketing campaigns, and just continuing to innovate, driving the insurance agency movement forward as best as we can with the software that we have. Last year, we started acquiring other software companies and building in some of those tools inside of Agent CRM. You're going to see more of that in the next few months. We were able to actually relaunch one of our brands earlier this year called Quick Meet. It's a video meeting solution for insurance agents. We got a few more things in the pipeline that I'm really excited about as well. So it's a quick intro into Alex Branning and Agent CRM.
That's way cool. So tell me about how you got started in the insurance space? Because marketing is a very wide, I guess, facet of everything, right? Everything has marketing in it. So what got you into insurance specifically?
Yeah, about 9 years ago, when I was a marketing guy, just with my own team doing marketing campaigns, I was referred to a agency in Lancaster, California. This guy named Bob, and I lived in Lancaster at the time. So walked into his office, and he was kind of explaining to me what he was looking for. And we did a lot of fun stuff with Bob. He was now retired, living on a beach, and we were able to 5x his agency within 2 years. It was a ton of fun. But one of the things that he said to me that really, it was like a light bulb moment. It was myself, and I had my marketing team with me. We were all in the room with Bob and the couple of the guys that were on his team. And Bob said something. He said, I would do anything to get a client on the phone so that I have an opportunity to sell them insurance. He's like, I'd even give him a gift card. And that was the light bulb moment where we created this gift card raffle, which we call the giveaway funnel, which we first launched about 9 years ago and has since, become a multi-million-dollar brand around creating a lead generation campaign for insurance agents to get people on the phone. But that's how we started. And then that did so well for him. I think, we iterated a few times, but the first time we did a giveaway funnel for Bob, I think he did something like 200 appointments in that first 30 days. And at the time, his other record for an internet marketing campaign, I think, was 30 appointments, right? And we thought we were doing good, getting him an appointment a day, until we did the giveaway funnel. We did the giveaway funnel, and that sucker took off. And then he was telling his friends, oh my gosh, you guys have to hire Alex for the giveaway funnel. And so we were doing all these campaigns for different agencies, and they wanted to tweak it and for their specific messaging and their market. Every single giveaway funnel we did was local. And so if we did a giveaway funnel in Lancaster, it was different than a giveaway funnel in Phoenix or Denver, right? So we were referred to insurance agencies literally all over the country, with the marketing campaigns that we were doing while we were still serving, other small businesses. And, we did some fun stuff for Chrysler and Billabong. And we worked with a lot of, big names in the marketing space. But our big thing was, especially after the pandemic hit, our big thing was insurance. Once the pandemic hit and insurance agents were calling us nonstop, then we just focused exclusively on the insurance market. And I've been solely focused on the insurance market for the last 4 years.
That's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
And obviously Agent CRM continues to grow, and you've developed a couple partnerships. Is that correct with what you're doing now?
Yep. So we have, I don't know, dozens of, influencer partnerships that we have under our umbrella, whether it's marketing agencies, big brands, FMOs, et cetera, people that exclusively work with Agent CRM. They're looking for somebody who eats, sleeps, and breathes insurance software. They don't want to work with a side hustle company, and they don't want to try to develop it in-house. And so they reach out to us. And so we're blessed to be working with a lot of the biggest names in the business, and we'll be working with more. We got some really fun announcements coming out in the next few months. So actually, we got some fun announcements coming out next week. So look for that coming soon. But we just continue to build out, innovate. Last year, one of the things that we started doing was growing through acquisition. We've acquired a lot of really cool companies, a lot of great teams, acquiring some other software that people have created that is really fun and cool. And we're just taking it and rebranding it and making sure that it fits seamlessly under Agent CRM so that our agents can continue to use the latest technology for their insurance business. Because, Adam, not a lot of people make marketing software for insurance. They make marketing software for other marketers. They make marketing software for e-commerce. And so, the insurance market needs someone who looks at the technology that's out there and goes, how can we use this for the insurance space? Because it is different. It's unique in the insurance space. And so we have to take things and make some changes to it based on compliance, based on the buying cycle in insurance. And so that's what we continue to do.
Yeah, for sure. And, it's cool that you say that. I started probably about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, to try and do my own marketing, and there just weren't a lot of tools, right?
Right.
And that's how I came across Agent CRM, because it kind of was an all-in-one solution. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned it before, previously to this kind of software rolling out, you had to get one software here that was $20 a month, and one software here that was $50 a month. And so you had like 7 different things that you had to kind of all roll into one and paying a bunch of different subscription fees. And it was crazy. So, I commend you for what you're doing, because not only does it make you a lot of money, but you also get to help a lot of people who are in desperate need.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, we have about 10,000 agents right now that use Agent CRM, and we're continuing to grow. And, as people come on board, one of the things that I love doing is every single week, I will pick up the phone and cold call some of our clients, just to hear what they have to say. Just tell me the bad, tell me what you wish we did better, tell me what you love, and that gives me some great insight, because then it keeps me, with my feet on the ground, so to speak, talking with agents who are using our platform, whether they're big, whether they're a new agent, et cetera. I just like talking to our agents that sign up and have been using the platform and really kind of getting their hands dirty with it, so that they can give me the feedback of, this is what's cool, this is what's not cool, et cetera. And so those conversations have spurred some of our greatest innovations as a company. One of the conversations that I had, a year and a half ago was with a guy, and he was like, I love your software, I love your team, but I'm just not the kind of guy that likes to communicate my support requests over email. I wish I could just, call you or hop on a Zoom room. And I was like, oh, you know what? Like, we should totally have a phone support team. So we built out a phone support team last year. And now earlier this year, we have all day Zoom from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can hop in a live Zoom call and just talk to one of our agents and get help on the spot. So, it's those types of conversations that shed light on things that I'm not seeing, because I don't have that perspective. Being at the CEO level for the last 4 years, sometimes, I need an agent to tell me, this is what's working great, and this is where you guys could do better, so that then we can take that insight and apply it.
Yeah. Now, for somebody who has never done marketing before, who kind of want to get away from that traditional model of just purchasing leads, why should they choose to work with somebody like you or use your platform versus just trying to go off and do it by themselves?
Yeah. First of all, I think if you want to get off the hamster wheel of buying leads and you want to start generating your own, my advice to you is to wean yourself off gradually. Do not go cold turkey and stop buying leads altogether and then start a marketing campaign, because every marketing campaign, whether you use one of my campaigns or whether you hire any of the other brilliant marketers that serve the insurance space, it will take time to get up and running. And you want to make sure that you always have leads in place. I recommend doing both. Now, having said that, Agent CRM, where we really have made our mark, is by helping people maximize the leads that are in their pipeline. Yes, we do have some lead generation campaigns inside of our Marketing Plus upgrade. We have the entire giveaway funnel that I mentioned to you. You can get that inside of Agent CRM with the Marketing Plus. We have copy and paste ads that continue to work really well that you can just click and launch inside of Agent CRM. We've got a lot of great email campaigns. We have a Revive Dead Leads campaign, which we're famous for in the insurance space, for plugging in your leads and then shooting them off. But when it comes to marketing, I think I personally use multiple agencies for Agent CRM. I have multiple campaigns going for Agent CRM. That is not a one-stop shop. It's not, I'm going to choose Agent CRM and that's the only thing I'm going to do. I believe in choosing Agent CRM plus many of the other people that are out there that have really cool ideas. Have a mix of things going on, because you just never know.
Wow. I don't think very many marketers will do what you just, or say what you just said about, don't just go cold turkey, but kind of wean yourself off. I think that's great advice from someone who did try to go cold turkey. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, because you starve yourself. You're used to getting, let's say you're, one of my friends, Cody, let's say you're buying Kaboom leads on a regular basis, and then you decide, you know what, I'm going to stop buying Kaboom leads and I'm going to start marketing. Well, from the time that you turn the light on for that marketing campaign to actually start generating leads, that could be 2, 3, 4 days. And when that first starts, you're only going to get a small trickle. So you went from getting, say 20 leads a week from Kaboom to now 2 leads in that first week from your marketing campaign. You're going to be starving yourself for no good reason. You should be doing both. You should be continuing to buy the leads from the sources that you trust, and then also having your marketing campaign out there running, growing, optimizing, etc. I mean, like I said, there's no reason that you should not do all of the above. I recommend that people work with, various different marketers out there. Like, heck, if your marketing campaign is working right now and you're generating, let's just say a round number, you're generating 30 leads a week from the things that you're doing right now. If you can handle more, right? And you're like, you look at people that are out there in the space, like Mason, and you're like, you know what? Like, I see his ads everywhere. I know he talks about doing webinars. I've never done that. I want to try that. Go and try that. Don't turn off the other things that you're doing that are working, but try the new thing and see if that also works. See if that works better. You shouldn't turn off what's working to try a new thing. You should add the new thing onto what's working. Continue to build and innovate your marketing so you have leads coming in from multiple sources.
For sure. And I think so many people try to get into marketing thinking that it's just going to be a turnkey, flip the light switch and the leads are going to flow. But like you said, when you get started, that first week or two is just the algorithm's got to learn and it's got to push it out to some people and figure out, okay, we're not going to send it to those people. We're going to try it over here. And it takes time and you got to optimize things. And so many people just want that instant gratification and they're not patient enough, right? So I think that's great advice. Keep your current source and try and trickle that in until you get it flowing to where you need it to be, to where you can then shut off that other source.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are some campaigns that are kind of like, I'm going to flip the switch on and people are going to start trickling in. I think the giveaway funnel is one of those. There's a few other marketing campaigns out there that are like that, And the reason why you work with a marketing agency or a marketing freelancer is for the shortcut, right? You want to have the campaign that is going to work where you start getting leads, but you cannot stop the trusted source of leads that you already have coming in. So add on to your campaigns, build it out.
Let's pivot a little bit and talk about compliance. I know a lot of things have changed recently with, TCPA and AI and just all sorts of things. So can you tell us how that's kind of impacted your business, how you've seen that positively or negatively impact other agents as well?
Yeah. So, I mean, for Agent CRM, it's been an absolute boom with all these new compliance changes. Let me explain kind of what's going on. So the FCC on December 13th, they said, from here on out, all lead generation or all leads that are generated must be, first of all, one-to-one. And then secondly, you must specify what product you're selling them. So this is a big deal. So let's just say, our mutual friend, Joe Kempert. So let's say that Joe opts into your funnel, Adam. Now, if your funnel says, I'm going to talk to you about life insurance, then you can call Joe and you can talk to him in that initial phone call about life insurance. And that's it. Now, here's where you get in trouble with these new rules and regulations. Number one, if you, Adam, say, you know what, I'm too busy, and so I'm going to go ahead and give this lead to an agent outside of my agency to follow up with Joe without telling Joe. And so now that lead is called by somebody else. So now Joe's called by, somebody else. And Joe can then turn around and sue the agent that just called him because he did not give that agent permission. You are not in trouble, Adam. The agent is. Now, that's a big deal for lead generation vendors, people who would buy and sell shared leads, right? A lead that went out to multiple folks. You can no longer do that. Now, if you, Adam, have someone in your downline, then you can tell Joe via text or email, hey, thank you for signing up through the Adam Lindsay Insurance Company. I'm going to have James on my team reach out to you. He'll be calling you from this number, right? You send that via text or email, and now the lead has been transferred in a way that is ethical and follows these compliance guidelines. Now, another way you can get in trouble, Adam, is if you call Joe and on your initial phone call to Joe, you say, hey, I saw that you signed up through my form. I'd love to get you started with a life, health, and auto insurance quote so I can serve all your needs. You can no longer do that. You have to maintain only life insurance in that first call because that is the product that he has given you permission to talk about. So if you discuss other things without him saying, I'm actually really interested in health insurance, and he has not yet become a customer of yours, that is when he can also sue you. And I forget the name of the complaint there, but he can also sue you for that too. So these TCPA complaints are designed to help consumers stay protected from getting spammed, and it's designed to help protect them from getting sold things that they are not asking for. It's basically the FCC is, in my opinion, they're overstating it, but they're really worried about people getting taken advantage of by folks who are on the call. Now, insurance was one of the bad players in this game. Let's be honest, like, especially in the Medicare space. But this really was designed around business lending, credit cards. Like there was a lot of bad players, solar, like there was a lot of bad players in the space, but this applies to everyone. This is not just an insurance law. This is not just changes for the insurance industry. This is changes for everyone. But people are setting up law firms to hunt insurance agents. So if they fill out a form on your Facebook page and you call them and break one of those two rules that I just said, watch out. There are people that are looking to sue agents who break these rules.
That's scary. So
yeah, just do things the right way and you're fine.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I guess that comes down to the compliance portion of making sure that you have the right verbiage when you've got a lead or not a lead, an ad or some sort of marketing funnel to make sure that when they're clicking on something, it's doing the right thing and saying the right things for sure.
Yep. And we have a 15-point checklist that we have to make sure that you just dot your I's and cross your T's when you're doing your own lead generation. And, there's like other things in there, letting them know, like clicking a box, I consent to being contacted. And then in that consent checkbox, you're telling them they're consenting to being contacted via text, phone call, email, etc. That way there's no surprises. And they're like, I thought you were just going to email me. Like, why are you calling me? Right. So, it's little things like that you just want to put in there to protect yourself. So, I don't want agents to stop marketing for fear of being sued. I don't want them to stop buying leads. I want them to buy leads from people who are, generating and selling those leads in compliance, which is totally possible. And I want them to market and just make sure that they're dotting their I's and crossing their T's.
Sure. And my next question has to do with, oh gosh, my mind just went blank. You're just talking about compliance. Totally forgot.
Yeah. A lot of agents are talking about AI. Do you want to talk about AI?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do AI. Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's been a ton of innovation around AI. It is one of the most exciting things that I think is happening just in the global economy, period, but also in the insurance space. Like I think insurance agents can see what's going on with the AI world and say, how can I take this and apply it to my business and my personal growth? And I think there's a few different ways that agents can start to use AI right away. We've got a lot of this stuff inside of Agent CRM. So I'm going to share what we've built out inside of Agent CRM just because that's the worldview that I have. But a lot of this stuff is available in other ways as well. So within Agent AI, which is included for free in Agent CRM, you can have a chatbot that is listening to your incoming text messages, email, Facebook messages, Instagram messages, Google My Business, and more. And if we know, like, if let's say you're a lead in my database, Adam, and I go, okay, this is Adam's email address and this is his phone number, I can then match you inside. And if you're texting me and then you email me and say, hey, by the way, when was our appointment? I can then look at your appointments. My Agent AI can. It'll look at our appointments and it'll respond via email to your response without me, the agent, having to manually reply. And we can also have conversations go back and forth between Facebook and text. If we know this is the social profile belonging to Adam Lindsay, and then we look at the email and go, this is the email belonging to him in the text, we can have conversations with the prospect all using Agent AI without actually having to look at it, to go back and forth. So it's like having a highly trained virtual assistant that can respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, operating all the time. Like it is so freaking cool. The way that you train Agent AI is a couple different things. You can have it read in your entire website. It can read your calendar. So now it can tell people, not only when you're free, so they can schedule appointments via text, using natural human language, not a Calendly form. It just happens via text. Like, hey, can I talk to you tomorrow at 7? Yep, gotcha, Adam. See you tomorrow at 7. Like it can schedule the appointments for you. But it can be trained and you can give it guardrails, which is really important for our space, right? So, you can say, By the way, Agent AI, if somebody asks about, if their policy includes cancer screenings, or if they ask what their policy includes, just say, that's a great question for Adam. Let's schedule a phone call, right? So you can give it guardrails, you can train it, you can have it read your calendar, and it can do auto responses on all incoming routes of messaging, which is just phenomenal. So I'm seeing agents who set up Agent AI, which again is included in Agent CRM. We're seeing agents who use it be able to spend more time doing revenue generating activities, because Agent AI is doing a lot of the manual work for them without them having to take part in it. Now, the cool part is you can actually jump in and intercept to the message, like, oh, hey, that was my bot. Like, one of the things that we recommend everyone to do is give your Agent AI bot a name, right? And so and identify themselves as an AI bot, right? So like when somebody messages us, it's like, hey, this is Jessica, the Agent CRM Agent AI bot. I'm going to do my very best to answer all your questions. You asked this, here's my answer, right? Now that does a couple things. Number one, it tells the person who is getting the response, this is an AI bot. Number two, it allows you to know who gave them the answer, right? So if you talk to someone and they say, Adam, I talked to someone on your team and they said ... And you say, who are you talking to? They're like, oh, I was talking to Jessica. You're like, oh, you're talking to my AI bot. I'm so sorry about that. They gave you, they were off just a little bit in how they responded, right? Now and it also protects you too, because now if you're like, hey, this is my AI bot, and they announce themselves at the beginning of the conversation, right? Now, the person who receives the information knows, okay, this is a machine doing the best they can with the information they've been given. And what we've experienced, I'm not going to say this is 100%, going to help every time, but what we've seen so far is that when people file an E&O claim and the agent goes, look, it was the Agent AI bot, they announced that they're an AI bot, and I went in and corrected it after the AI bot responded, then usually all of the claims are dismissed. And they don't have to worry about it, because they can point back and say, hey, you knew you were talking to a machine, and the agent jumped in and corrected them after they sent the false information. So Agent AI is the future. I highly recommend for every single agent that's listening right now to embrace AI, because I don't think that AI will replace an agent, but I do believe that an agent who's using AI will take your clients, because they're going to have more time to do revenue producing activities, including getting referrals and stuff like that.
And that's perfect. That was going to be my next question. Do you think that AI is going to replace a lot of what we do, like as insurance agents? I know that's been a lot of people's fears with when ChatGPT first came out. Sorry, my dog is trying to jump on me. That a lot of people were worried that they were going to lose their jobs, or that things would be replaced. And I think that's a very valid fear to have, right?
Especially in the insurance space, because a lot of the, I go to a lot of the insurance conferences like InsurTech and things like that. And, what these big companies are saying, these venture-backed companies, their big goal is to make more money on the front end, i.e. replace the agent, right? Now, they haven't been able to do that. And, in talking to the CEOs of some of the really, really successful, tech-centered companies in the insurance space, many of them try to remove the agent, but they come back to an agent first, sales platform, because they just find that it works better. It helps with customer support. But that is what they're trying to do. At least that's what, the venture capital firms want them to do. And so it is, we got to look out for each other. As a guy on the tech side, I look out for the agents. I want to make sure that my agents are working effectively, efficiently, and that they're put in a position where it's profitable for them to run their business, and it's profitable for the companies that are looking to, change the insurance space. Because I do see a lot of fun things happening, on the back end, but I want to make sure that they know, hey, agents are the best way for you to get your product out there to the masses.
That's fantastic. What are some other ways that you could suggest somebody could use AI effectively outside of, let's just say, setting appointments? Like, what are some other tools or cool things that you've seen that can help to optimize those money-making activities?
Yeah, I see a lot of fun possibilities with AI calling. However, big asterisk, do not use an AI caller for any outbound calls. FCC is basically saying any AI bot that calls is identified as a robocaller, and robocallers are just ripe for litigation and fines. So, but for inbound, I'm excited about that. I also see AI, let's step outside of the day-to-day work of an insurance agent. Let's go into the marketing side. There's a lot of really cool things that are happening on the AI side in terms of like, helping to create marketing campaigns, helping to actually analyze, critique, and rewrite things like Facebook ads, Google ads. Like these are things that we've got inside of Agent CRM. Like when you're in Agent CRM, we have AI tools in there to help you rewrite your ads to give you iteration so that you can test. Like, here's my version of my ad. Now I'm going to have the AI engine rewrite this, give it a couple more bits of information and see if it comes up with any better versions of the ad. Like these are things that we've created inside of Agent CRM because we see that the more data that you give these platforms like Meta, Google, the more variations of it, then we see the better that your ads perform. Like if your ad sucks, it's going to suck. But if it's a good ad, it can become a great ad with some variations to it, some tweaks and modifications. And a lot of times as the agent, you don't have the marketing mind, you haven't studied it. And it's important that you have someone on your team who does that. Well, the AI engine can do a lot of that fun stuff for you without you hiring an expensive freelancer. So, we have that inside of Agent CRM. So I see a lot of really cool use cases in using AI for marketing specifically.
Very cool.
Yeah. Also in video, like I've seen some pretty fun things with AI video. Like, we talk a lot about, and I say we as in like, just the marketing community in general. We talk a lot about, using video to really put yourself out there and get your community, your audience to know you, to hear your voice, see your face. And video is a difficult medium to create in because we get in our own head. We try to over edit, right? Like it's a difficult platform. It's easier to just kind of like type things out. But AI video is cool because, there's some really cool tools out there where, it records you, speaking into the camera, right? It records your voice, your mannerisms, how you look, and then it can create videos for you. So you give it a transcript and then it creates like an AI version of Alex for you that you can just take and upload as a video. It's pretty cool. It's fun. It's got a lot of opportunity for, bad actors to use that, but it's got some really cool use cases as well in the marketing space.
Yeah, that's really neat. I'll be interested to see where that goes over the next couple of years, right? Because I mean, even in just the last year and a half, to see where AI had started as it kind of went public, right, to where it is now. I mean, we've seen huge leaps and bounds, and so it'll be exciting and maybe even a little scary over the next couple of years to see where that's going. So, very good. I mean, that's all really solid advice. Obviously, if somebody wants to reach out with you, connect with you, they can find you at your website, the agent-crm.com. Any other way that people can connect with you, Alex?
Feel free to, find me on Facebook and LinkedIn. I'd love to connect with, agents and, just get to know you and meet you. And then, Adam, you mentioned 8%. I'll be at 8%. So we're doing a fun little mastermind for 8% ticket holders who are also Agent CRM users. We're doing a mastermind the day before the event starts, so the day of the welcome party. Then I'll be speaking at 8%. So if you want to come by, if you're at 8%, I'd love to shake your hand and meet you and, just hear about your experience with either Agent CRM or the other software platform that you're using, and just continue to learn what we can do better at Agent CRM to help the insurance agents move forward. So it's a fun space. It's a fun time. I think there is more opportunity right now for the individual agent to reach a 7-figure business than there ever has been ever in the history of insurance. So this is an amazing time to be in the insurance space, and I'm excited to see agents grow, succeed, and thrive in this market, even with all of the regulations and compliance that's coming out.
Fantastic. And for those that don't know, 8% is going to be in Springfield, Missouri this year. I believe it was July 17th through the 20th.
Yep.
So go check that out. You can find that on Cody's YouTube or Facebook page, Instagram, whatever. Any last words that you'd like to share with our audience here before we hop off for the day?
No, man, this was so fun. Thank you for having me, Adam. I appreciate it. And then for those of you that are Agent CRM users, love you guys. And I'll see everyone at the 8% conference in Springfield.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alex. Everybody have a great Friday. Go after it today, and we will see you next week.
Yep.